Ami per mari, se io con te. Oh, little no. Time to say goodbye. Io con te. Wow. Mari per mari, se io con te. Ha ha. Ha ha. What the hell? What's going on? What's going on, bruv? Go to. Dum dee doo. Right. Ta-da. Oh yeah, forgot about this. La da da. Triplets here. Don't you fear the reaper? La da da. I haven't worn my glasses in forever. But with this lighting I have to cover up my frickings. My eye bags, my bags of eyes. My bags of eyes, the plenty of bags in my eyes. The eyes of bags. Oh! Oh wow. What is that smell? There's a smell of old socks. Someone's broken into my home and bombarded me with socks. tasty. Methalis! Hello! Well, I got inexplicably happy seeing you in the chat. What the hell? Hello? Wow. No way. How are you? How are you? How's your situation with the whole thing imaging? You know what I'm saying? I feel like I should switch to this instead or something. Oh, damn it. Oh, that's fine. Hi. Hello. What is it called? What is it called? EPUB Stormlight Archive. Oh really, that's right, yeah, true. And Harry Potter as well. I totally forgot I have so many books on my tablet reader. And I'm discovering this again. What is it? Tablet... Table. No. Oh, dang. No good news. Frick. How are you? How's life been? I've had 2 shows. I've performed. Have I mentioned that? I don't think I have mentioned that. I haven't streamed in almost an entire month, which is crazy. It's crazy, dude. That shouldn't happen, dude. I had my first musical show in English, which felt so easy. Once I saw the audience, it was like nothing, you know? And then I had my first long-form improv before that, which did not go very well because I was a little hungover. The day before, the night before, I should say, I had hung out with a couple of friends, and we drank a bunch of stuff and played a game called What Happens Now, or What Do We Do Now, or something like that. What do we do now game? No, what happens next game? Oops. Theater game? No, frick. Oh, okay, maybe I don't remember what it's called. What happened next? What happens next? I don't know, dude. I don't know, dude. But I feel so weird not having something different to do at home. Like, I've missed streaming. I've missed being out, you know, hanging out with you guys. And just being silly at home. Because all I do right now is just eat, sleep, audition at home. And literally that is it. Sometimes I write. It's depressing, man. Depressing. So I felt like I should change and start streaming again. I don't even know why I haven't been streaming. I have no excuse, you know. With that said, though, a lot of the audition work has slowed down. And I don't know what's different about it. Like, what really changed? If it's... I can't actually even guess. Like, I've gotten one job. One project. This which was today actually, or technically yesterday. Technically. Less casting. My audition. My auditions. I guess I have auditioned less. I want to say. But I think it's also been like less availability of auditions, and I think it's the whole thing, the whole shebang. I've auditioned a little less. I mean, I still think like 20 is pretty good per week, but it seems like for this week I've got how many? How many do I have? Do we have 8? So it's like 10. 49, I think. Counted yesterday was 39. I did 10 today. And recording. So 22 plus 9 is 31. 31 plus 10 is 41 plus 8. Yeah, 49. 49. I've yeah. Which makes me a little sad. It makes me question, like, poop, you know? Do I smell like it? And I think not. I mean, maybe I do. Who knows? Maybe it just permeates or transcends virtuality. I just can't. Let me not do this, but have this instead. La 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 la. How have you been able to manage? Did you do the Inktober thing? Did you keep going with that, or was it too hard to do without a computer? I actually just got casted. I did 2 quick auditions for an ongoing project that I'm doing, but for 2 different characters. And I got cast for both of them just before I started the stream, which is kind of cool. Kind of cool. Oh, yes, of course. Suck my ears off, you bucko. What's it called again? I was gonna read this. Neil Gaiman, but I'm at 70%, and I feel like if I keep going there, it's not gonna make any sense. But then again, nothing really makes sense. You know? Nothing makes sense. Why is it so blurry? What happened? There we go. Not on this thing, though. Yeah, definitely highs and lows. Yeah, it's hard to, because you don't have a reference point. You know. Let me do the data. Oh, that looks better. Nice. Ooh. I think so too. I said to my friend yesterday, I actually went to an improv show yesterday. So much fun. That my improv teacher and a bunch of other improv teachers have every month. Amazing. But I told her that I think next year is going to be my year when it comes to voice acting. I just need to keep it up. You know, I got a website now. I've got a commercial demo. I got kind of animation / character demo. And I think my ongoing projects will come. I think my improv stuff will also ramp up. And I do want to start streaming that eventually. Like I mentioned last year, I think it was. Or maybe the beginning of this year. But it takes its time. You did not the entire month? Yeah, I do not plan to share all of them. That's fair. Completed about 20. Nice. That's good. I remember doing them last... Was it last year? No. Was it last year? No. Wait. Linktree. I don't believe it's there. No, it ain't. It ain't. It ain't. My taint. What? Let's see. When was this? And why was this? Oh, it's not here, is it? It's on my other... This one? Really? Yes, Inktober. Writing. Crystal. Oh, I got up to 26 or 27. It cannot have been last year. Let's see. Let's have a look. It was 2 years ago, yeah. Fucking time flies. Stop. Holy shit. Nah. Whatever, dude. Crispy. Oh. Dang it. Crispy, crunchy, delicious. That's the slogan by which Ethan's restaurant had gone by. Spark. There was a quick fizzle in the lights. The lamp in the room flickered on and off, without anyone's interference. Sam felt clueless. He'd stood there, fiddling with the thing for at least 2 hours now. Every idea he'd had was like a light in itself, turning on inside his head. Ideas would come, but his solutions were for naught. They all ended with him feeling lost about what he was doing. He had tried many things, gave it his all, so he did. Once, he even thought about changing direction completely, and he had. It led to a dead end, a never-ending road. At least he would keep walking. Sam didn't have it in him to stop trying, to end his cluelessness. He knew that whatever he wanted was out there. Oh yes, the light. Well, one thing he knew for certain. However long the light may flicker, it would flicker one final time, before everything would turn dark. Oh! Cringe! Cringe! Fucking cringe! Cool. Dang it. Oh, right. Pow, wow. Moby. Is it called a Moby? No. Stop. Caliber. Let's see if I can pin to taskbar? Sure. Right? Right. at this and... Cool. Oh, you can see it on the stream. I just realized. Breaking into acting for dummies. Oh yes, Smith, Wigglesworth. That's the book I read. That's the audiobook I read. I come so far. This is supposed to be that. Wow! Did I do it? First try? No way. I did! Wow! Oh, almost. Dang. Tee-hee! I expanded the window. I'm getting very easily entertained right now, but I think that's fine. I'm in a silly mood, which is nice. I love being in a silly mood. I wish I could share the silliness more readily, more easily. Oh, how's the volume of the music? Would you say? Perhaps I can use it. Bam. Nope. What would you say? Sounds good? Sick. Thank you, Methalis. 7. The captives had grown very apprehensive, and to Ronan, that made them even more of a threat. It had much to do with the new stretch of forest that they had just entered. This area felt different to Ronan compared to the dark stretches they had so far crossed. Here, their captors seemed not so much the lords of the land as they did undesired intruders. Dawn fast approached. He and Crassus, who appeared to still be unconscious, had been bound and unceremoniously tossed onto the back of one of the animals. Moh. Moh, 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 moh. This is the first content of Monter content. Thank you. I know it's not true, but I appreciate the sentiment. Baka! Baka! Buck, 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 buck. Choking on the buck. Yes. I mean, in that case it makes sense. For if it were any other scenario, it would not make sense. So I'm telling you right now, you are not making sense. How are you? Good to see you. Are you writing? Drawing, I mean. Thinking too much about Mathalis' writing. He and Crassus, who appeared to still be unconscious, had been bound and unceremoniously tossed onto the back of one of the animals. Each, jostled by the huge panther, threatened to crack the wizard's ribs, but he forced himself not to make any sound or movement that would reveal to the night elves that he was awake. Ah, yes, they were captured. Right, I remember now. I recall. What a shiny forehead I have, I just noticed. Yet, what did it matter if they knew? He had already tried several times to cast a spell, but for his attempts had gained only a skull-splitting headache. Around his throat had been placed a small emerald amulet, a simple-looking thing that was the source of his frustration. Whenever he tried to concentrate too hard on his spells, his thoughts grew all muddled, and his temples throbbed. He could not even shake the amulet free. The Night Elves had secured it well. Crassus wore one also, but from him it seemed their captors had nothing to fear. Ronan also noted what had happened each time his former mentor had tried to aid in the struggle. Crassus had even less mastery over his power than Ronan, a disturbing notion. You're playing Bloodborne again. Wow. What a guy. How far have you come this time? Well, what's it gotta be? It's gotta be the 7th playthrough, right? Join tomorrow. Sick. This isn't the path we took, snarled the scarred leader, whom the human had heard referred to as Varothen. This isn't the way it should be. But we followed back exactly as we should have, my captain, replied one of the others, quite old. There was no deviation. Does that look like the spires of Zenajari on the horizon? Varothen snapped. I see nothing but more damned trees, Coltharius, and there's something I don't like about them either. Somehow, even with our eyes keen and our path understood, we'd headed elsewhere. Should we turn back? Retrace our route? Ronan could not see the captain's face, but he could imagine the frustrated expression. No, not yet. Yet, while Varothen was not yet ready to give up on the trail, the wizard was becoming concerned about it himself. With each step deeper into the thick, towering forest, he sensed some growing presence. A presence the likes of which Ronan had never experienced before. In some ways, it reminded him of how he sensed Crassus whenever the Dragon Maid contacted him. But this was more. Much more. I don't remember what I said, Baka. You'll just have to make it up. I asked you, how was your dinner? Yep, that's what I said. But what? The sun's nearly upon us, muttered one of the soldiers. From what Ronan had so far ascertained, while his captors could function in daylight, they did not like it. In some ways, it weakened them. They were creatures of magic, even if individually they might not wield much of it, but their magic had to do with the night. If he could just rid himself of the amulet once the sun had risen, Ronan believed the odds would swing back in his favor. Let me actually do this real quick, just because it makes more sense for me to be facing the other way. Does this work now? Yes. Horizontal. Ta-da! Oh, that's freaky. Now I'm reading the text on this side. How do I point properly? This way. Sick. How strange it looks. You were great, Baka. Stop it. You chicken. Making certain that no one watched, he surreptitiously shook his head. The amulet swung back and forth, but would not slip off. Ronan finally tried thrusting his head up, hoping that might dislodge the piece. He risked being noticed by his captors, but that was a chance he had to take. In the gloom of pre-dawn, a face stared out at him from the nearby foliage. No, the face was part of the foliage. The leaves and twigs formed the features, even creating a lush bed. The eyes were berries, and a gap between the greenery represented what looked like a mischievous mouth. Wait, let me see if I can find something to fiddle with my fingers. I want to fiddle with something. I need to fiddle. Because, my body needs to do something while my brain is activated. What did you have for dinner? What did you consume? It vanished among the bushes as swiftly as it had appeared. Your penis. Yes, I'll just fiddle with my penis. Just go like this. Not distracting at all. Making Ronan wonder. If he had simply imagined it. A trick of the coming light? Oh my. How appropriate. Impossible. Not with so much detail. And yeah. That timing is really bad. And fiddle with your penis. Yes, I'll just... That's how I do it. I mean, if you subscribe, that's how you find the function, the 4D function of getting through the me And you. The scrape of a weapon being drawn from its sheath caught his attention. One by one, the night elves readied themselves for some battle that they did not understand, but knew was coming. Even the fierce cats sensed trouble, for not only did they pick up their already swift pace, but their backs arched, and they bared their savage teeth. Oh shit, a Tim Burton expedition. What's that? Dominoes. Ugh. Varothen suddenly pointed to his right. That way! That way! Quickly! At that moment, the forest erupted with life. Huge, foliage-thick branches swung down, obscuring the faces of the riders. Bushes leapt up, becoming short, nimble figures with silent, smiling faces of green. Orcs. The forest floor seemed to snag the claws of every panther, sending more than one rider tumbling. The night elves shouted recklessly at one another. That's how they shouted, trying to organize themselves, instead only adding to the chaos. A low moan, echoed through the vicinity. Ronan caught only a glance, but felt certain that he had seen a massive tree bend over and sweep away two of the night elves and their mounts with its thick, leafy crown. Curses filled the forest as Varothen tried to regain command of his party. Those elves who remained mounted sat in a tumble, attempting not only to cut at the things swarming around them, but also to keep their excited panthers under control. For all their size, the huge cats clearly did not like what they faced, often pulling back even when their riders insisted that they move forward. Varothen cried out something, and suddenly harsh, violent tentacles of radiant energy darted out at various points in the forest. One struck an approaching bush sprite, instantly turning the creature into an inferno. Yet, despite its apparent horrible demise, the creature continued forward, without pause, leaving a burning trail in its wake. Almost immediately, the wind, which had been nearly non-existent prior to this, howled and roared as if angered by the assault. It blew with such fury that dirt, broken tree limbs, and loose leaves flew up in vast numbers, filling the air and further obscuring the night elf's view. The flames snuffed out, their would-be victim as oblivious to this phenomenal rescue as it had been to its previous peril. A huge, flying branch struck down the night elf next to Varothen. "Regroup!" the scarred captain shouted. "Regroup and retreat! Hurry, blast you!" A leafy hand covered Ronan's mouth. He looked again into the same startling face. Behind him, he felt other hands grasping his legs. With a rather unceremonious push. Lyrics. Please don't. What's this from? Spiritfarer. This is nice. I'm gonna skip it for now though, because I'm reading. I'm using my voice. Are you using your voice? Let your voice be heard. With a rather unceremonious push, they sent the mage sliding forward. The panther took notice of this and roared. More of the small shrub-like figures swarmed around the beast, harassing it. As the world rocked around him, Ronan caught sight of Varothen twisting back to see what was happening. The scowling elf swore as it registered that his prisoners were being stolen, but before he could raise a hand to stop them. More branches came down, both entangling the captain's arms and face and blinding him. The bush creatures caught Ronan well before he would have been in danger of striking the ground head first. Silently and efficiently, they carried him like a battering ram into the thick forest. That's a funny head picture. Well, this fucks with my eyes. Why did it change? What? Oh, there it is. The forest. Ronan could only hope that Crassus, too, had been rescued, for he could see nothing but the leafy figure before him. Despite their sizes, his companions were obviously strong. Then, to his dismay, a lone night elf. Atop a snarling panther cut off their path. The wizard recognized him as the one called Colotharius. He had a desperate look in his eyes, as if Ronan's escape would mean the worst for him. From what little Ronan had learned of the captain, he did not doubt that. Wasting no words, the night elf urged his beast forward. The elves Ronan knew, especially his own beloved Varisa, were beings with the utmost respect for nature. Clotharius' kind, however, seemed not to care a whit for it. He slashed at the tree limbs and shrubbery, slowing him with unbridled fury. Nothing would keep him from his prey. Or so he might have thought. Huge black birds abruptly dropped from the foliage above. Ah, they're doing what Lord of the Rings did not, surrounding and harassing the night elf mercilessly. Clotharius swung madly about him, but severed not even a pin feather from his avian attackers. These descriptors. So engrossed was the night elf by this latest assault that he did not notice another danger rising up from the earth. The trees through which he needed to pass rose by more than 2 feet, as if stretching their roots. Clotharius' mount, driven nearly to madness by the birds, did not pay enough attention to its course. No food for the panther. No food for the cat. Speaking of Lord of the Rings, go to marathon. Oh! December 2nd, sick. Who are we going to watch it with? Is it like a, I'm imagining like an open field type of thing. Where you, almost like a car theater? What do they call those things where you, you park with your car and, you're outside? It's not one of those, is it? Because that'd be cool. Although, kind of inconvenient, I guess. If you're... Because it's like 11 hours, right? Or something like that. In a normal theater. Oh, shit. What? That's available? What? Huh? How? I haven't seen Actually, I saw the first movie a while ago. I don't remember when exactly, but, Tell me more. The typically nimble feline first stumbled, then tripped badly as its paws became more and more entangled. A mournful yowl escaped it as it flew sideways. Its rider tried to hold on, but that only served to worsen the situation. The huge panther twisted, putting Goltharius between it and 2 massive tree trunks. Trapped, the night elf was crushed between them, his armor crumpling like paper under the tremendous force. His cat suffered little better, a terrible snapping sound at its neck, accompanying the crash. Ooh. Renan's leafy companion moved on, as if nothing had happened. For a few more minutes, the wizard continued to hear the struggles of his former captors, but then the sounds suddenly shifted away, as if Varothen had finally led his bedraggled hunters to escape. Ah, retreat. 14 hours. Holy shit. You guys should write down notes so you can make a video about it. I don't know. What would be the point of that? They sound so much like an alarm. I don't like that. Sick. What are you gonna bring with to eat? On and on, the tiny creatures carried him. He saw movement to his right, and made out what looked to be the dragon mage's stale form being brought along in like fashion. What? For the first time, though, Ronan started to fear what his rescuers intended to do with the pair. Had they been taken from the Night Elves in order to face a more horrific fate? The forest sprite slowed, finally halting at the edge of the open area. Despite the impossibility of the angle, the first hints of daylight already lit up the opening. Small but delicate, songbirds twittered merrily. Not but. Myriad flowers of 100 colors bloomed full, and tall grass within waved gently, almost beckoningly, to the newcomers. Again a leafy face filled his gaze. Oh, why the rhymes? Again a leafy face filled his gaze. The open gap smile widened, and to his surprise, Ronan saw that a small, utterly white flower bloomed within. Speaking of rhyming, and speaking of watching things, I saw, Hamlet. It took me a while to remember the name of. I saw Hamlet by Andrew Scott. Like, late last month. I think it was the end of October. It was brilliant. Absolutely brilliant, bro. Did I link it in... No, just the... conversation, right? Yeah. Great, Hamlet. If you Google Hamlet, or search for Hamlet on YouTube, you'll find it. Actually, I won't have you. I'm just gonna link it because everyone needs to watch it. Hamlet, Andrew Scott. It's so good. I'm just gonna link it in the general chat because I can. Because I'm the leader. I own you guys. What? Who said that? Would you like to take that back? You can't take snacks. Wow, wow, okay. Or backpacks. What the fuck? What do you think they're gonna fucking take a bomb inside the... Everybody, come to the Lord of the Rings marathon, but don't bring bombs, because that's not allowed. That's weird. Backpacks. I feel like for 14 hours you kind of need something to eat. I guess that's why you have the breaks. Yeah, between every movie. Wow. Silly Billy. It's a theater. Silly, silly bonkers. That people are crazy. People are crazy. But to think like Lord of the Rings of all the communities. I don't know. I guess someone's lonely out there, no matter what interests they have. They're gonna be like, is it really though? Like bringing your backpack? Is it really like snacks? Is that what they're thinking? I feel like it's something different. It can't just be snacks. Don't bring your backpack because you may have snacks in there. That's funny. You won't believe how good I've gotten at spinning this thing. I do it so often. I need like a... why is that, Baka? Would someone like bring their whole, you know, stack of popcorns? Like a whole family bring a stack of popcorns and just leave all over the floor? Like what's the trauma that Belgium had? What caused the authorities to be called like, hey, this guy brought in Coke and bacon snacks, and now the whole thing smells like bacon. You can't have bacon in the cinema anymore. I need one of those ADHD squeezy thingies. What are they called? Ball. That's on all caps. Fidget balls. You can fidget my balls. Oh, that looks so satisfying. Look at this. Just that. Yes, Amazon. It is fucking stupid. Wow. That's weird. I feel like the Lord of the Rings communities is like awesome. I had so many people who watched when I did the narration of Lord of the Rings. I've yet to finish the last book, the third book, which maybe I should at some point. What was I gonna say? Yeah. My experience with that community has been fantastic. Fidget toys, squeezy stress balls. Oh, ages 5 and up. Oh fuck, damn it! I'm not old enough. I'm sad now. Oh, why did I switch to this? Okay, cool. The forest sprites slowed, finally halting at the edge of an open area. Despite the impossibility of the angle, the first hints of daylight already lit up the opening. Already. Small, delicate songbirds twittered merrily. Myriad flowers of 100 colors bloomed full and tall grass within waved gently, almost beckoningly, to the newcomers. Again, a leafy face filled his gaze. The open gap smile widened, and to his surprise, Ronan saw that a small, utterly white flower bloomed within. Oh? A tiny puff of pollen shot forth, splattering the human's nose and mouth. The flower. Never mind. Ronan coughed. His head swam. He felt the creatures move again, carrying him into the sunlight. His cat suffered little better. A terrible snapping sound. Nope, that's backwards. Right? Yes. But before one ray could touch his face, the wizard passed out. Despite Ronan's belief otherwise, Crassus had not been unconscious most of the time. Weak, yes, almost willing to let the darkness take him, true, but the Dragon Mage had fought both his physical and mental debilitation, and, if not a victor, he had at least suffered no defeat. Crassus, too, had noticed watchers in the woods, but he immediately recognized them as servants of the forest. With senses still more attuned than those of his human companion, Crassus understood that the Night Elves had been drawn to this place purposely. Some force desired something of the armored figures, and it took no leap of logic to assume that he and Ronan were the prizes in question. And so the Dragon Mage had kept perfectly still throughout the chaos. He had forced himself to do nothing when the party was attacked, and the creatures of the forest stole him and Ronan from under the elves' very eyes. Crassus sensed no malice in their rescuers, but that did not mean the pair might not come to harm later. He had remained secretly vigilant throughout the forest journey, hoping that he would be more of aid than the last time. But when they had reached the sunlit opening, he had miscalculated. The face had appeared too swiftly, breathed too unexpectedly upon him. Like Ronan, Crassus had passed out. Unlike Ronan, he had slept only minutes. Cool. This makes me think of BlizzCon, reading Warcraft again. I recently watched most of it, and like the updates to World of Warcraft. I'm excited to start playing Cataclysm Classic again. And I may do that, even though I don't have the time to do it. We'll see what happens. I'm actually excited to get back into that. All those 12 years ago since I played it last. He awakened to, of all things, a small red bird perched atop his robed knee. The gentle sight so startled the Dragon Mage that he gasped, sending the tiny avian fleeing to the branches above. With great caution, Crassus surveyed his surroundings. To all apparent evidence, he and Ronan lay in the midst of a mystical glade, an area of immense magic at least as ancient as the dragons. And that the sun shone here so brilliantly, that the grass, flowers, and birds radiated such peace, was no accident. Here was the chosen sanctum of some being whom Crassus should have known, but he could not in the least recall. And that was a problem of which he had not spoken truthfully to his companion. Crassus's memories were riddled with gaps. He recognized the Night Elves for what they were, but other things, many of them mundane, had completely vanished. When he tried to focus on them, the Dragon Mage found nothing but emptiness. He was as weak in his mind as he was in his body. But why? Why had he suffered so much more than Ronan? While a human mage of impressive abilities, Ronan was still a fragile mortal. If anyone should have been battered and beaten by their madcap flight through time and space, it should have rightly been the lesser of the two travelers. The moment he thought it, Crassus felt guilty. Whatever the reason for Ronan surviving more, Crassus only shamed himself by wishing for a reversal of their fortunes. Ronan had nearly sacrificed himself for his former mentor several times. Despite his tremendous weakness and lingering pain, he pushed himself to his feet. Of the creatures who had brought him here, Crassus saw no sign. Likely they had returned to being a literal part of the forest. Literally part of the forest? Oh my god. The rescuers are literally part of the forest now? Tending to its needs until the next summon to action by the Lord. Until next, that these had been the simplest of the forest guardians, Crassus was well aware. The Night Elves were a relatively paltry treat. But what did the power that ruled here want of two wayward wanderers? Ronan still slumbered deep, and judging by his own reaction to the pollen, Crassus expected him to do so for quite some time. With no evident threat in sight, he dared leave the humans sleeping, choosing now to investigate the boundaries of their freedom. The thick field of flowers surrounded their soft, open grass like a fence, with what appeared an equal number pointed outward and inward. Crassus approached the closest section, watching the flowers warily. As he came within a foot of them, they turned to face him, opening fully. Oh yes, open yourself up to me. You flower. Ooh, you flower. Instantly, the dragon mage stepped back and watched as the plants resumed their normal appearance, a simple, soft wall of effective guardians. He and Ronan were safe from any danger outside, while at the same time they were kept from causing trouble for the forest. In his present condition, Crassus did not even consider leaping over the flowers. Besides, he suspected that doing so would only unleash some other hidden sentry, possibly one not as gentle. There remained only one recourse. To better conserve his strength, he sat down and folded his legs. Then, taking a deep breath, Crassus studied the surrounding glade one last time, and spoke to the air. I would talk with you. The wind picked up his words and carried them into the forest, where they echoed again and again. The birds grew silent. The grass ceased waving. Then came the wind again, and with it the reply. And so we shall talk. Crassus waited. In the distance, he heard the slight clatter of hooves, as if some animal had chanced by at this important moment. Oh, I think I know who it is. He frowned as the clatter grew nearer, and noticed a shadowy Do you guys know what that is? A shadowy I don't. Please tell me. I noticed a shadowy form coming through the woods, a horned rider atop some monstrous steed. But then, as it drew up to the flowery guardians, and the sun, ever shining, caught it full, the dragon in mortal form could only gape like a mere human child at the imposing sight. I know you, began Crassus. I know of you. But the name, like so many other memories, would not come to him. He could not even say, with any certainty, whether he had faced this mythic being before, and surely that said something for the scope of the holes in his mind. And I know something of you, said the towering figure with a torso akin to a night elf, and a lower half like that of a stag, but not nearly as much as I would like. On 4 strong legs, the master of the forest strode through the barrier of flowers, which gave way as loyal hounds would to their handler. Some of the flowers and grass even caressed the legs gently, lovingly. I am Cenarius, he uttered to the slight figure sitting before him. Let's change the voices. This is my realm. Because he's older and a demigod. Cenarius. Cenarius. Legendary connotations flooded through Crassus's tattered mind, a few taking root, but most simply fading back to nothing. Cenarius, or Cenarius, spoken of by the elves and other forest dwellers. Not a god, but almost. A demigod, then. As powerful in his own way as the great aspects. But there was more, so much more. Yet, strive as he might, the Dragon Mage could not summon any of it. His efforts must have shown on his face, for Cenarius' stern visage grew more kindly. You are not well, traveller. Perhaps you should rest more. No. Crassus forced himself up. Standing tall and straight before the demigod. No. I would speak now. As you like. The antlered deity tilted his bearded head to one bearded head. But that makes it whatever. Studying his guest. You are more than what you seem, traveller. I see hints of Night Elven, but also sense far, far more. Almost, you remind me of... but that's not likely. The huge figure indicated Ronan. And he's unlike any creature to be found within or without my domain. We've come a long distance, and are frankly lost, Great One. We know not where we are. To the mage's surprise, this brought thundering laughter from the demigod. Cenarius' laughter made more flowers bloom, brought songbirds to the branches around the trio, and set into motion a soft spring breeze that touched Crassus' cheek like a lover. Then you are from far off. Where else could you be, my friend? Where else could you be but Kalimdor? Kalimdor. That, at least, made sense, for where else would one find night elves in numbers? Yet, knowing where he and Ronan had been deposited, answered very few other questions. So I suspected, my lord, but... I sensed an unsettling change in the world. Cenarius interrupted. An imbalance, a shifting. I sought out its origin and location in secret, and while I did not find all I searched for, I was led to you two. He stepped past Crassus to once more study the slumbering Ronan. Slumbering Ronan. Two wanderers from nowhere. Two lost souls from nothing. You are both enigmas to me. I would rather you had not been in the first place. Yet you saved us from captivity. The forest lord gave a snort, worthy of the most powerful stag. The night elves grew more arrogant. They take what does not belong to them and trespass where they are not wanted. It is their assumption that everything falls under their domination. Although they did not quite intrude upon my realm, I chose to make them do so, in order to teach them a lesson in humility and manners. He smiled grimly. That, and they made it simpler for me by bringing what I desired directly here. Ah, I'm in the mood for pizza. Ah. Crassus felt his legs buckling. The effort to keep on his feet was proving monumental. With determination, he stood his ground. They, too, seem to be aware of our sudden arrival. Zinajari are not without its own abilities. It does, after all, overlook the will itself. The Dragon Mage rocked, but this time not because of weakness. In his last statement, Cenarius had said two words that set fear into Crassus' heart. Zinajari. Aye, mortal. The capital of the Night Elves' domain. Aye. Situated at the very shores of the Well of Eternity. You know not even that? Disregarding the weakness he revealed to the demigod, Crassus dropped to the ground, sitting in the grass and trying to think in the staggering reality of the situation. Zinashari. The Well of Eternity. He knew them both, even as perforated as his memory had become. Perforated. I guess that works. As holes. Some things were of such epic legend that it would have taken the complete eradicating of his mind for Crassus to have forgotten them. Zinajari and the Well of Eternity. The first, the center of an empire of magic, an empire ruled by the Night Elves. How foolish of him not to have realized that during their capture. Zinajari had been the focal point of the world for a period of centuries. The second, the well, was the place of magic itself, the endlessly deep reservoir of power spoken of in awed whispers by mages and sorcerers throughout the ages. It had served as the core of the Night Elves' sorcerers' powers, letting them cast spells of which even dragons had learned respect. But both were things of the past, the far past. Neither Zinajari nor even the wondrous and sinister well existed. They had long, long ago vanished in a catastrophe that... And there, Crassus's mind faltered again. Something horrible had happened that had destroyed the two. It ripped the very world asunder, and for the life of him, he could not recall what. You are not yet recovered, Cenarius said with concern. With return. I should have left you to rest. Still fighting to remember, the mage responded. I will be all right by the time my friend awakens. We will leave as soon as we can and trouble you no longer. The deity frowned. Little one, you misunderstand. You are both puzzle and guest to me. And so long as you remain the former, you will also remain the latter. Cenarius turned from him, heading toward the garden, guarding flowers. I believe that you need sustenance. It shall be provided shortly. Rest well until then. Cenarius did not wait for any protest, nor did Crassus bother with one. When a being such as the Forest Lord insisted that they stay, Crassus understood that it would be impossible to argue otherwise. He and Ronan were guests for as long as Cenarius desired, which, for the demigod, might be the rest of their lives. Still, that did not worry Crassus so much as the thought that those lives could be very short indeed. Both Zinajari and the well had been destroyed in some monstrous catastrophe, and the more the dragon mage pondered it, the more he believed the time of that catastrophe was rapidly approaching. The Wheel of Eternity!
Oh, you ever get that feeling of deja vu? You ever get that feeling of great stretches? Oh!
Fuck you. I'm dying. Oh, but it's so good. What's going on? Oof. Ooh, ooh, ooh. What are your characters doing here? Oh, Mathales. You enjoy writing. Ah, Frank. Dang it. Man, I would love to help you if I could. To I don't know if you're still here, Matthias, actually. Maybe just be talking to myself. But I want to collaborate with a writer to make anthology stories or something like that. You are. Hello. I think it'd be great to I want to create stuff, but I just feel so bad writing stuff. I feel like I have to make it a long-term project, and I can't write short stories. I'm so bad at that. Maybe it's just good practice to do it anyway. Fuck.
Dang it.
Huh. I want to create stuff, but I don't know how. Holy shit. Sick. Ballsick. That's pretty much the extent of what I said. That's pretty much it. I was just saying, I want to create stuff like anthology stories, just following different characters and their either their everyday life or when stuff happens when it's not their everyday life, you know. But I don't know how to make stuff. Wow, early. Huh. Funny. All right. Ba bum ba. Ba 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 ba. Ba 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 ba. What's that? La la. It is. Is it easy? Would you say it's easy? I guess it would be, yeah. At least easier, maybe. What the hell? No. Wow, I haven't started Steam in a long time. Holy shit. La 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 la. Do do. Nice. Yeah. 1,000 years, yeah. Good lord. Yeah. Maybe I should just world build. I don't know, I kind of, Huh. No, yeah. Yeah. I kind of like being in the unknown part of it, though. But I guess you still are. You just have more, stuff you can reference to make it easier for the reader or the listener or what have you. Catch on? That's not the word I'm looking for. Relate to? Yeah, something like that. Something like that. Something like that. Something like that. I did, I made half a song recently, which was kind of fun. And I'm excited to continue doing that. And yeah, speaking of writing. I often make half songs. Nice. Never full ones. Yeah, I'm bad at ending things when it comes to creative stuff. I think that's why I'm bad at creating short stories. Because I don't know how to end it. But I've listened to and watched a few short stories recently. Which has given me a little bit more, I guess, confidence. But sometimes you just gotta do what you gotta do and just do what you do, and then something happens eventually. Baba booba. Bagabagooga. I'm walking here. Babagooga. Baba booey. Yeah, I think it'd just be a lot easier to write with someone, because I just find it so hard to stay consistent for some reason. I really enjoy writing, but ugh. The half is good, and whenever I write after that, it's never good enough to follow up the actual good lines. Let's see. I have very simple text. I think because you have the verses and you have the chorus, but the bridge feels like the toughest part. And after that, it's just ending the song, which is just like you can just repeat the chorus or whatever. I just enjoy. I want to get better at guitar so bad, but it's the same thing there. I can't stay consistent. I think simple is good. I mean, simple is where you get somewhere, you know? Making it complicated it can be fun, but it also, like, can make things convoluted. It can make things, you know, baba booey, you know? Yeah. Oh, same. Fuck. I should get tickets for that. I've been listening to a lot of Tyler Childers. Who's fantastic at the guitar. Simple chords, but his execution is beautiful. It's really impressive. And yeah, makes me want to learn the guitar and blah 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 blah. Je te laserai de moi. You just have to do it, yeah. You just do. Yeah. Ugh. That's what I tell myself too. Oh Lord, if you care, spirits down here. Preacher's been drinking again. I tell myself with that for everything. I was like, just do. And at some point, I'm like, fuck. Why can't things just be easy? Why does everything have to be a slog? Point finger at you. I think I have more. More space in the bucket for the have to do things that I've paid for. For example, going to the gym, I feel like I have to do because I'm paying for it, and it's also like I'm paying because I'm alive. And improv as well, I'm paying for that, and also really enjoy it, and I'm learning so much. But from writing, it's such an abstract takeaway, you know what I mean? Like, you can't quantify what you're learning or quantify where you're improving, or there are no like statistics where you're like, oh, you know, I'm seeing some sort of improvement and I'm seeing some sort of thing form. And I kind of feel the same with no, that's actually just it. Yeah. You're complaining? Damn. Yeah, me too, Baka. Good to see you, dude. Hope you're enjoying playing with your friends. It's a good time. Enjoy playing whatever you're gonna play. Baka. Love you. Kisses. Mwah. I have to write because I told people I want to work with them. Yeah, that's a good. Oh, that's good. Ooh. Yeah, to get some. What's it called? I forget the word all the time. It starts with a C. Someone who's... Oh, I haven't streamed in almost a month, Baka, so you're fine. Bye, Baka. Someone who keeps you on track. Damn it, what's the word called? On target. God damn it. Dependable? Frick. Accountable! Ah, it starts with an A, not a C. But it has 2 C's in there, so... Good lord. Accountable, exactly. Yeah, someone to keep you accountable is nice. I don't have that. Everyone's just like... Tim does his thing. Fuck him. No. They don't do that. Physically, though. Holy shit. Start lagging like a bastard. La, 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 la. Oh wow. That's why, of course. Expansion for Risk of Rain. Cool. Alright, I'm gonna stop here, I think. I got really tired from reading. So, as you can tell. Holy shit. It crashes. Like, it's like, bang! Shabah! Bah! That's how it goes. It's like one moment you're completely fine, you can go like forever, and then the second is like, oh, you're old, bitch. And here I am, being old. I'm gonna stream tomorrow too, and I'll keep me accountable, okay? Frickin' keep me accountable at all times. No, at few times, as many times as you can. Keep times. Thanks for being here. Thanks for chatting. Thanks for hanging out. Many mescusi. Many shibuchi. Many inveci. I like big buck again, not lie. You want a butt again, then nah. What a big butt put that'll be tatty, that'll be tatty. Bye.